beside myself. It's a lack of respect. It's a lack of respect for you. It's a lack of respect for me. It's a lack of respect for the American political system. It's a lack of respect for TPUSA, the organization. And dare I say it, it is a lack of respect. Lack of respect to Charlie Kirk. That you would put somebody in there who is fairly universally suspect. Most people don't like her. Don't believe me? Go into any comment section on any social media account and just read what they say about her. And then go back and find statement after statement after statement where she says, I don't even read what they say about me. Well, it's your fault. You should. You should know what they say. You should know how you're viewed. You should know what people think about you, period. I never liked it when Joe Rogan said he doesn't read the comments. You shouldn't read every comment, but you should get a feel for what they say. If 99% of your comments are negative, you should know. You should know. I've looked in Joe Rogan's comment section. They're not 99% negative. I've looked in Erika Kirk's. They are. They just are. Anytime Andrew Kolvet posts something on social media, 99% negative. Anytime Blake Neff posts something on social media, 99% negative. These guys used to have a top 5 podcast. It's nowhere to be found in the rankings. Nowhere. It's not in the top 10. It's not in the top 30. It's not in the top 50. It's not in the top 100. It's gone. Why? Because nobody believes this. Nobody's buying this. And you can't come out there and expect me 7 months later, almost 8 months later now, to go, oh, I've been wrong this whole time. She's great. Oh, man, I just have been seeing this wrong the whole time. TPUSA is actually doing the right thing. I felt bad for Biden. I did. There's one policy in particular I liked, and I took a lot of heat on the radio when I came out in favor of it when it happened, and that was getting out of Afghanistan. And I know it was a disastrous withdrawal, and it was horrible, and people died, and they left billions of dollars worth of equipment. That's fine. I get it. But I came out the morning after when every single person on the right was just dragging him for doing it. And I knew that I would lose supporters and fans on the radio, and I knew people would get on my social media and hate me, but I am intellectually honest and I'm philosophically consistent, and I call things how I see it. And I said, Mr. President, thank you. It was time it ended. It was the right thing to do to end the war. And getting out was never going to be easy. People were going to die. But guess what? People have been dying for 20 years. We were going to lose money, but we've been losing money for 20 years. Sorry. It was unpopular, but it's how I felt. So I said it. I felt bad for him, though, when I watched the 2024 campaign and I watched those closest to him obviously tell him, Mr. President, you've still got it. You're up for the job. You can do this. No, he couldn't. There's not a single honest person who was watching that believed for 1 second Joe Biden was capable of not only running a presidential campaign, but winning and then governing for 4 years. Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? He was nuts. He was absolutely nuts. He had no control of himself. So I felt bad for him because somebody close to him should have been honest and said, Mr. President, your prime is past. You're a little bit like Doc Holliday in the last 30 minutes of Tombstone. You might have one more ride in you, but you're going to die. Like you're very close to the end. And someone should have just been honest with him and said, you know, why don't you just hang it up? You've been a U.S. senator since you were in your 20s, dude. I mean, he was in his 20s, I think, when he got elected. Maybe he was 30 when he got sworn in, but I think he was 29 when he won the election. He'd been in the U.S. Senate forever. He'd run for president 2 or 3, maybe 4 different times. He finally won. Dude, you're going to be buried somewhere. And it's going to say United States Senator, U.S. President. A lot of people that aren't going to have that on their tombstone, Mr. President. And if you go out gracefully, people will appreciate that. But instead, they just kept running him out there because all of their careers depended on it. And in the same way, I feel bad for Erika Kirk. What we saw today was the product of people like Andrew Kolvet and Blake Neff, people on the board. I don't know who all's running her out there, whoever these people are that are near her, that realize she's their gravy train. She just is. And if for whatever reason she decides to hang it up, all of their jobs are in jeopardy. No one's going to keep those people around. Andrew Kolvet has given the worst PR advice in the history of mankind. Somebody told her it was a good idea to dress up like a psychopath, go on the air, rant, rave, take no accountability for anything that's gone wrong in the last 7.5, 8 months. And a lot of it is your fault, ma'am. Someone told her it was a good idea to go out there and blame everyone else and then disappear. I feel bad for her. If I told somebody, or if somebody gave me that advice and let me go out there, and that was pre-recorded, it's not like they didn't have a chance to review it and say, whoa, that didn't work out like we thought. Let's not release that. Let's just play a greatest hits. Or take 2, please. Can we do a second take? That was horrible. Let's rewrite that whole thing. Blake, you're fired. Bring someone else in here to write it. That was awful. But I feel bad. I honestly feel bad for her. Somebody is telling her, you've got it, girl. You've got it. And I feel bad for her because there are people on Twitter who saw what I saw today and either didn't say anything or said something kind of mildly polite. I love her. She's great. Not one person went on there and said, yes, Erika, you knocked it out of the park. That was amazing. That was awesome. That's exactly what we needed at this moment in time. You killed it. Somebody has gotten to her and said, stop with the up talking. Now they need to get with her and say, go home. If you resign now, I mean, yeah, you're going to have some detractors, but it'll go away. But I feel bad for her. I honestly do. It's to the point now where it's, I felt a little bad for Biden as elder abuse, but now it's like widow abuse. They think that they can just, hide behind that the whole time, and they can't. It's not working. It's not working at all. So I want to go back and just review a few things that I find particularly problematic at this point in her life. For example, let's just go back to how today came to be, because it was a disaster. How did today come to be? Here is the tweet that started it all. This is the tweet that started it all. It got 3.5 million views. If you follow Twitter, that's a pretty healthy tweet. A lot of people saw this. A lot of people shared it, which means there was a lot of expectations about what we would see. Saturday, this was talking about the White House Correspondents' Dinner, was yet another traumatic example of the evil in our country and the continued rise in political violence I'm taking time to spend with my family. That should have been it. Stop there, and who can argue with that? Yeah, you're right. It's tough. I will be joining the Charlie Kirk Show Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern to briefly address what took place. Enough is enough. I will say, I think that's the only time she said the word Charlie in this whole exchange, because I don't think she said it today on the air. I think she said my husband about 37 times, but I don't know that she actually referenced him by name. But that's what took place Monday. And I interpreted that as this investigation's in trouble. The donors are freaking out. And I believe that. I believe that's why she's taking time away, because I think everybody sees the same thing we all saw at the end of Biden. At the end of Biden's term, it became an inescapable, undeniable fact that Joe Biden was not competent, that he was not capable of holding the position any longer. And those around him insulated him from that criticism. But I think if you are a board member of TPUSA, particularly if you're a donor, one of these people who shells out 7 figures every year to keep this organization afloat, keep in mind they don't sell anything. I mean, they sell hats, but they're not making a living off of hats. What do you make, $3 off each hat or something? You're not making a living off of hats. They sell shirts, but what do you make, $4 off a shirt? How TPUSA survives is they go around to billionaires and 100 millionaires, and they say, well, you give us $5 million this year. What are you going to do with it? Oh, we're going to travel around to college campuses. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Okay, yeah, I'll give you $5 million. Sure. We're going to convince people to love Jesus. We're going to convince people to vote Republican. We're going to convince people to be economically sound, whatever it is. And they go, yeah, I'm happy to do that. But the moment you realize that the organization asking you for the money is being led by someone totally incompetent and the face of the organization is universally reviled, you sort of lose it. You don't think it's a good idea to donate anymore. Like, your days are done. That is right now where I think TPUSA finds themselves. I also think the case against Tyler Robinson is collapsing. It's not lost on me that the federal government has not turned over the gun. It's not lost on me that they couldn't get the bullet to match. Those things are not lost on me. It's not lost on me that they have never claimed they have video footage, not in any pleading, that they have video footage of the actual moment of the shot. It's not lost on me that they actually themselves claim they lost him from camera for a great deal of time. And it's not lost on me that when we finally pick him back up, he's this big on the screen, just a little tiny grainy figure running across the roof. None of that's lost on me. It's also not lost on me that there's a 0% chance that wound came from 30-06. And it's not going to be lost on the jury either. That's not a 30-06 wound, guys. Stop with the MLK comparisons. It's not the same. The bullet from MLK did actually come out of his body before going back into his body. It shattered his jaw on the entrance, still had enough force to then leave his other lower part of the jaw, leave his body, come back into his neck, into the body, hit the scapula, and finally come to a rest. A 30-06 is a very powerful round. There's a 0% chance if you got shot right here on a 30-06 at a 9-degree angle that bullet's going to stay in the body. It's just not going to. Stop trying to gaslight me. Stop trying to tell me it is. Stop trying to tell me it's normal. Bullets do weird things. Oh, I once shot a deer. Yeah, a deer is this thick. A deer is this thick. A neck is this thick. I guarantee you didn't shoot a deer and the bullet stopped in this much tissue. I promise. Not unless it hit like a femur. And even then, it probably didn't stop in that much tissue. Probably kept going. So the case is a disaster. It's falling apart. They don't have the confessions. The text messages don't say, I shot Charlie Kirk. They just don't say that. The parents are not going to testify that he told them he shot Charlie Kirk. They're just not going to, guys. I got bad news for everybody who thinks they are. They're not going to. That's my understanding of their parents' testimony, and I've got good reason to think that. The grandfather's not going to testify that he was immediately recognized the gun and thought that the gun must have done it. Not going to happen. All the things you guys have been told, all the gaslighting that you guys have bought into is not true. Is there evidence Tyler Robinson was involved? Sure. Sure there is. He was on camera walking around. Car was there. There was a gun that was there. Yes. Does that mean you can get beyond a reasonable doubt that he killed him? No. No, not at all. Not at all. And if you're a donor to TPUSA or an interested party or even an employee at TPUSA and you see all this taking place and you see all this going on and you realize the case is falling apart, that everything's not what you were sold, that you realize your CEO, every time she walks out in public, she does crazy things with her face. She wears crazy stuff. She looks crazy. She says crazy things every time. Like there's never been a normal appearance. There's never been a time where she walked away and you're like, thankfully she's in charge. We're really going now, man. We are really fine now. Everything's under control now because Erika's here. I don't think that. You don't think that. The employees don't think that. And the board doesn't think. None of the college leaders think that either. What you have are some people on X who are just trying to own the libs. That's where they are. They just want to own the libs. And right now they think the libs don't like TPUSA because TPUSA historically was a thorn in their flesh. And Erika's at the head of TPUSA. So all criticism must just be an attempt to take down TPUSA. Well, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case.